of new school gaming. White Down L2P presents The Old School Gamer.
Hey everybody, this is Clay, the Old School Gamer, and tonight I'm bringing you a look at James Bond Goldeneye Reloaded. And for those of you that didn't know, I'm actually doing a playthrough on this game. What we're watching here is not part of the playthrough. I'll kind of go into some details about the playthrough and where to find it and what to do if you guys are interested in checking out. But what we're looking at tonight is one of the MI6 Special Ops missions. I think we're actually playing on Memorial, and this is a defense mission, which the defense missions are kind of fun. You basically just find a good place where you got a good point of view where you can overlook some of these enemies, and at least on this particular mission they're trying to destroy these computer terminals that you can see here right to my right. These computer terminals on this particular one, there's 3 of them located throughout this Memorial map, and my objective is just to defend it. You can see how much life, I guess that is what you call it, is left for the computer up at the very top, and as the bad guys get in a position to shoot it, that just slowly gets whittled down. A couple of things about this real quick. So basically these special ops missions that you can get to, there's different settings that you have. You can go in just a very normal, typical setting at any time and just punch go, but there's also things that you can adjust, and it kind of is a throwback to the original Nintendo 64 version of Goldeneye, where you can adjust some of these things once you get them unlocked. So just so you guys know, this particular game I am running, I put on to where I use a golden gun, and you can see that the golden gun was actually used in one of the original James Bond films, in which the guy was a marksman, and he had these little things that he put together, like a pen and a cigarette case or something like that. Put them together, and it was a one-shot, one-bullet, one-shot gun, and he used that to assassinate his victims. Well, they've brought that into this game, as well as bits and pieces throughout this entire James Bond series, and I don't remember how many movies that have actually been made for James Bond. However, I do know that there have been 6 total James Bonds that have starred in the movies. And so anyway, yeah, I'm kind of rambling on here and working my way back to the man with the golden gun, and how you have these special options for the special ops missions. Some of them you can adjust your health to be ridiculous, so adjust the enemy's health to be almost next to nothing. There's some fun ones that you can do. You put on paintball mode, where you don't really shoot bullets, you shoot paintballs, so everywhere you hit, if you miss, it leaves a paintball splotch on the wall. And I don't think I have that set on here, but the golden gun, having the golden gun, is actually one of the options that you can turn on. And so I turned that on, and then it also has another option that's called a ragdoll. And ragdoll, basically, whenever I shoot these guys, you'll see they go like flying up in the air, like a ragdoll. That guy right there was a good example. And these guys just go tumbling back, and so it just kind of adds a little bit of humor and fun to the game. And there's things like that all throughout these different missions that you can do, and something that I've just kind of had fun with. And this is one that was pretty difficult. Like just so you know, like I said, there's 3 different areas that I've got to protect, and I've got to do it for basically like 10 minutes is what it all equals out to be. Now I've got a couple of things here that I can use to help me defend these places. Of course, that sentry gun there that you can see right before me, you can use your phone, and it will hack into the sentry gun and actually make it to where it helps you defend this area. So what I would do is, there was usually 3 waves that would come in, and on the 3rd wave I would turn that sentry gun out, because of course as the waves went on, the 2nd and 3rd wave, the higher you got, the harder the mission itself actually got. Oh, and I know where I was going with the whole golden gun thing. So anyway, this golden gun thing, it actually has a one-shot ability. Probably been able to see by now. And so it just makes it fun, something different, something interesting you can do if you ever decide to get in and play this. Okay, so back to objectives. So I have the sentry gun that helps me defend the area, and I tried to strategically use that towards the end of these waves to help me take out these guys. You can tell that the snap to target, here we go, I'm setting the sentry gun up. The snap to target on these is pretty good, and so your aim doesn't have to be really on. It helps a lot, especially whenever you're doing something like this where after every bullet you basically have to reload your gun. And so it makes it where these can actually be used almost like a sniper rifle. I mean, you'll see there's parts in here where I'm actually hitting people from across the map, and you know, this isn't like an amazing gameplay, but it's just a lot of fun, and I hope you guys like to enjoy it, enjoy watching it. I guess while I'm playing this, you know, this is going to be the first video I've probably posted on my channel in 3 or 4 or so days, but I just got finished with James Bond tonight. So this was originally a Nintendo 64 game, and my very first video I ever made, I actually talked about this game a little bit. And the funny thing about this game is this is like my introduction to first-person shooters. This game is one of those games that I love to love and I love to play. The funny thing about this is, you know, multiplayer, it wasn't getting online and playing multiplayer like it is today. Multiplayer on the Nintendo 64, it was having some friends over, connecting 4 controllers to a console, and see, there we go, sniping with a gold gun right there. Having friends over and plugging up 4 controllers and just playing. That was the multiplayer. You know, you'd have a 30-inch TV split into 4 sections, and everybody'd have their own little corner of the television and run around and play some games. And this one in particular, I actually had a friend that lived not down the street, shared in the same apartment complex with me, and he loved James Bond, and so I would go over to his house, or he'd come over to mine one, and we would spend hours playing James Bond. This is back when I was in college, and my responsibilities weren't that great. It was probably my first year and a half in college, so I was still getting used to the fact that, you know, I really didn't have anybody to answer to, and so I probably spent more time playing these games than I really should have. But he knew this game incredibly well and was incredibly good at it, and he always just absolutely annihilated me. But I wanted to keep playing with him because I was like, he's so good. If I keep playing against him and get where I can be good against him, then I'm going to be really good at this game. And he was to the point, not just kind of good, like as soon as he would shoot me, then he would take off sprinting on the map to the next area, and inevitably, as soon as I spawned wherever it is I was, he was rounding a corner and getting ready to take a shot at me. Not saying that I didn't never kill him, I just didn't kill him often. But anyway, this game right here, the story on going from the Nintendo 64 to Reloaded, they've really updated so much in this, and I'm so glad that they did. Not only the graphics have been redone, the story has been reworked, as well as the characters. The characters have been updated. So the original Goldeneye had Pierce Brosnan in it, and Pierce Brosnan was the James Bond that started the game. Well, in the updated Reloaded, they've also updated the James Bond that's in the game. So the new Daniel Craig, the newest James Bond, actually stars in this James Bond Reloaded video game. So I thought that was kind of cool, and all of the villains and everybody, it's different. They're different characters. So even if you've played the Nintendo 64 game, and if you thought about getting this game, it's actually a lot of fun. There's a lot to do on it. It's got the multiplayer, it's got the special ops, it's got the campaign, which there's 3 different kinds of special ops. You've got a stealth, where basically if you get seen, then you're out. It's got this where defense, you have to defend, and there's the one where you just kill everybody that pops up on the screen. Makes for some good fun, some good entertainment. Anyways, guys, this brings the end of this particular game. I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you've enjoyed the commentary. Until next time, this is the Old School Gamer. I'm out. Have a pleasant evening. Peace. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out my YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/user/ydaml2p. You can also see more of my videos through vidthrough at www.youtube.com/user/vidthru. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, where you can keep up with upcoming videos and news as well at www.twitter.com/ydaml2p. That's ydaml2p. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, this is the Old School Gamer. I'm out. Peace.